Welcome, Jani, to Metallarium Pages. It's a great pleasure to talk with you about Inferia, this new album,
Yeah.
grand campaign, and more things related to the extreme metal war. Starting with this, how have you been during these crazy times? Because 2 years ago it started a pandemic, now we're ending this kind of stuff. A war in Europe is now occurring now, and who knows what happened next couple of years because. Uh, with these crazy times, perhaps next couple of years, alien invasion, mutant bangers then around the world. So who the hell happened next couple of years?
I must say that first of all, crime campaigns now, and we have done lots of new songs already to next EP or full length already, because it takes almost 2 years to do that crime campaign album. We have to record our drums and guitars and most of vocals again, because the first was so shit. you know what I'm meaning. And now I think it sound just like we want.
Okay. So now this grand campaign is released by 8 years of difference from Fistament. So why
Yes.
yeah, why this kind of delay occurred during this pandemic or during this to release this new album?
We done before Crank, we done EP Destroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because we have couple of line changes, so our guitarist and bassist leave the band. So Tatu Hämäläinen join again, our bass player, and I got a new guitar player. That's why it takes so long to do a new album.
Oh, okay. So, as I can see, a lot of a lot of a lot of you know, a lot of you know, a lot of posts into the Facebook page, other social media. I said that
Yeah.
I saw this. Do you remember that Spawn at the Down, the first EP from the band in 1993? So it's now a well-known gem or death metal or grindcore gem along
Yeah.
for all fans around the world. So what can you tell us about this amazing EP your start in Inferia?
Spavnet at the Dawn,
Yes.
you mean? Yes, we do a couple demos before that, and Spavnet at the Dawn we have to do like 2 times because it was when we sent it to Germany, it damaged. So we have to go again in studio to record those songs, and I think I wanted to do the songs then 1993 like brutal did some grind parts, and it was very nice time. We have very good lineup then, and Reijo Kortesniemi was a singer with me, and it was we wanted to do, I wanted to do, and I found a member which will play with me, you know.
Okay. So, I love the transitions from the Spawn at the Down with the masterpiece because I prefer the masterpiece as the music into the masterpiece because I prefer more raw stuff, a little fast than the Spawn on the Dead because a Spawn of the Dead's more death metal stuff,
Yeah.
but the masterpiece is more grindcore stuff. I especially
Yes.
I denoted that more gore grind stuff into there. So how do you denote
Yeah.
now after I think more than 30 years of existence with Inferia? What kind of memories do you have for this album for masterpiece? I think the beginning of the band into the full length talking.
Yeah, it was first of all record label changed the name. It was Spermet Masterpiece. Actually, the name was Spermet Masterpiece, but they changed the name Masterpiece. And when I got the copies, I was, what the fuck? What the fuck? It was Spermet Masterpiece, not the Masterpiece. But anyway, our drummer getting much better than Spawned down. And then I think was we have to take more blast and more. I was playing guitar then too, okay. But not anymore. And but I do the old songs. I do every songs of Inferia now. But that album get very good reviews, and people have written to me that it is one of the most like influenced album to their ears, you know. Okay. But it was very nice to do. It was very nice to do. We do it here in Lahti, Finland. Mix it here, my hometown, with rock and roll guys, and they put a little bit rock and roll sound, like not like sound we hear today. It's more open, and I think that's why I love it too.
Okay. Well, I've been hearing all discography to do this interview because I really love Inferia since the beginning to now. When I hear for the
first time, thank you, man.
Yeah, when I hear for the first time Masterpiece, as I said, I love it for the system because I love this kind of stuff, more gore, more raw stuff into the death gore grind stuff because that's why I like rotten sound. That's I like with regurgitation, this kind of band from the 90s. And then when I hear Parental Advisory, you did the thing more faster. Then release of Viral Orgies, they're more faster. Then fucking is the great way to get to know what new people is.
Yes.
More faster than
yes.
And when I saw I really changed in the band was when I hear for the first time No Sperm Shall Be Spared. These albums for me is a great stone into the sound to now in the music of Inferia, because in this album you are the drummer, you're more faster, your guitar player is more faster, your voice is more ambitious, this kind of stuff that I like from the Gold Christ. And this sound is much better with Grand Campaign. Grand Campaign is, I think, the new level compared with the No Sperm Shall Be Spared. So this change was thinking, or perhaps do you all the time do you find this kind of sound since the 90s?
No. The no sperm shall be spared. We did with Panu Posti, who is guitar player in KAF, a Finnish grindcore band, and he find that sound to us on that time, and now we have a new guitar player, Esko Tikkala. So we're thinking about more. If you do like that fast music, grindcore music, my opinion is I want to hear guitar.
Yes.
Because like many bands which play very fast and that old PV sound, you not necessarily hear the guitar sound, how the riffs are going. So that is my point, that that's why we do that Grand Campaign sound. I want, because I do the all guitars, I want to hear them. That is the main reason.
Okay. So talking about this new album, Grand Campaign, I saw the detail that the cover art here. The cover art's like, I tried to describe what is the meaning of this cover art, because you have some you have some to pros with the environment of the planet. But then you have into the back. I don't know what is it, but what is the representation? What is the meaning of the cover? I try to relate many things.
Yes, yes, it's grind is music, campaign is campaign. And the cover is of my wife friends who she bakes Christmas cookie, and it is like a pussy with the hair, Christmas cookie,
Ah,
and we put it in, yeah, and we put it in the back, and I take the photo, and that is the cover. And there is also crime campaign is like cleaning and everything clean. And that's why there is a little trash elements and everything. And on the label there is my wife's real vomit, red wine vomit. Yeah, yeah.
okay, okay, okay.
That is crime campaign. That is crime campaign. You got blood in your ear. You got red vomit on your throat. But the idea of the album is because I love pussy.
Okay, okay. During the old years, Inferia has a lot of labels into there since the beginning to now. So you well,
Yeah.
no spare shall be starting with the last three especially. No spare shall be spare was released by Severe Records. Then Fistman was released by Rising Nemesis Records, and now
Yeah.
you are releasing the new album by Great Dane Records. So how
Yes,
how
correct.
how 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 this how these transitions of the label happen during over the years, and how do you see now the situation with Raphael from Great Dane Records?
We sent that crime campaign album a couple of labels, and there was a couple offers too, but we decide here with our members that we choose Great Dane. And from the Finnish band Blood Ride is there too, and I asked them what kind of label this is, so we make choice and take that. But it was like very good deal on Coyote records from Russia and USA and Germany. That album sells very well because 3 labels spread on the wall all over the world.
Okay.
But we didn't talk them, but we choose
No? Okay.
Great Dane.
Okay. Okay. Now, well, if I love the new sound into this grand campaign from the Inferia. So, what can I tell you about this? What is especially your preferred sound into this album? Because when artists create a lot of songs, and they perhaps you have a preferred one, perhaps Fuckerton, perhaps Anti-Sexicon, or perhaps Mick Jagger are the songs that you know from this old album. So, which songs that you wanted to play live always in from this new album?
Good questions. I love all songs very much, and but now I want to Full Metal Jacket on the set list, of course. It's very good story, of course, too. But One Hit Wonder, Fuckathon, Against Inflation. I think they're there, but we talk with our members which songs we choose. Almost every songs we will play next show.
Okay, okay, okay. So talking about the Euro scene, Finland. You are on a few bands since the beginning. So in 1989, you are start the band at that time, but you continue with the band for more. I think for more than 30 years. You are with Rotten Sound and a few band
Yep.
more that you have you have no breakdown, you have no split in the bands. You continue all over the years because
Yes.
a lot of bands from Finland they split up in the middle of the 90s because Dominic split up in the 90s, Partenons too. So this and go on. The list is going on with more bands. So how
Yeah.
do you preserve this constant situation in Inferia to do the one and a few bands that stayed together, and you are the last member since the beginning. How do you this
Yes.
responsible got into your shoulders since the beginning in Inferia?
Yeah. We played South American tour, uh, and 2.5 months we played there. Argentina, Bolivia, Peru, Brazil, and then I was quite broke, and I think I quit. But our members then say to me that you you cannot stop, you cannot do that. So I I I say to them that I will die butcher on. I do that as long here in Finland. We have that skin and everyone listen it. So I enjoy it now so much. I love it what we do, and we have a very good lineup, and we are grinder than ever. So I will continue so for the rest of my life.
Great to know.
Nothing more. Nothing more.
Okay, great to know. So, do you have time to hear new bands into the grindcore stuff, or perhaps you maintain with the same old stuff since the beginning?
I listen
Yes, yes,
music.
yes.
Uh, I listen to all kind of music now.
Mm.
Not just the grindcore or punk or death metal. Uh, I listen to Spotify, and I put the daily mix, Severed Torture,
Okay.
Misery Index, Lockup, and everything like that. But also I can old school, 80 rock and roll and everything. I listen to everything now.
Mm. Okay. And what's your opinion about the scene from grindcore worldwide?
Huh. I think it's very good. It's very good. I think it's growing. I think there's in Czech, USA, German. Uh, there you of course very good grindcore bands, and before that COVID, there was a lot of gigs, as we played too, many gigs there in Europe. But sad that COVID came to our world. But it's obviously it's growing all the time. I think
Okay, okay. Well, one
if
question.
we if we do good albums.
Okay, okay. So one question that I love to ask a bands like you with more than 30 years of existence. So many people, when a band release a new album, in this case Grand Campaign, the band thinks that the last album is the great word to the date. So they think that it is the best word to date, etc., etc. But a counterproductive thing is the things of the fans, because the fans thinks that the first album, the first two are the great stones into the musical career of the band. So and I think you think like that because you're a fan musician too. You love your influence. You love your first albums from the bands that you hear for the first time. So relating this aspect, this grand campaign is the best work until today for Inferia, like all bands says, or perhaps do you have prefer one that no one knows? Perhaps is the release for the burial orgies, or perhaps it's Fistament. Who knows?
Uh, I want to think that we always do a better album than earlier album. So No Sperm Shall Be Spared is very good album. I love it, the sound. I love the grind there, but I think Grand Campaign is is the best album in Inferia for now.
Okay.
There is a lot of songs like Dix Crucifix. I like that song. There is many songs. 69 Position, very good song. I like that these songs, you know, the old ones. Anus Ferratu from earliest. I love that song. So but anyway, the whole album, I think this is this is best now.
Okay. Now, as I said in the first question, we will talk about other matters into the West. Now, onto the music around. Now, the digital platforms are the best way to hear music. As you said, you have your playlist and the Spotify with a lot of bands into there. So,
Yeah.
and with this aspect, talking about the new generation prefer to hear the music with one, two, three, or maximum four into the digital platforms. They look as you do, they love to do the playlist with one, two, three songs for a band or perhaps from an album. So for you, the digital aspects is good or is bad for the music, and why the albums doesn't have the same impact compared to the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yes, I don't like that too much digital. I don't like. I like to go to the studio and put a microphone on the amps and to the like we do like 80s and 90s. I love to record like that old school way. I don't like to digital ways to and because if you don't do that like a band, like one guy play guitar at home and you send email to guitars. No, we all go to the studio and record there. You get a much better influence to the album. You get to know much better to the people. But and I think if you hear like Deep Purple or something like that, the old sound in these day rock albums don't like sound like that because of that. What has happened on the music scene on the all skills.
Okay. So, and what is your opinion about now the comeback of the great comeback of the vinyls and tapes? Because during during the 90s, the tapes and vinyls were disappearing, but now they have a great comeback now.
You mean vinyl album?
Yes. Do you release
Yes,
perhaps?
yes, we wanted to do that, but Great Dane is not doing vinyl. But in the future, we want vinyl album too. We have only do one EP with Cannibal Accident, which was 7 EP, and I think now vinyl is selling more than CDs these days. Maybe tapes. It would be great. Every format is vinyl. We want that too.
Okay. Well, we are very close to in this interview, Jani. And what are what are the future plans? What are the future plans that the band has for this grand campaign? Perhaps an European tour, a North American tour, a video cam shot video. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Or perhaps a Latin American tour. Who knows?
Yeah. We want to come back Latin America. Of course, there was very crazy people and very great to play. It was amazing tour when we were there. We haven't spoke any tours yet. I think we play couple gigs here in Finland, and let's see what's happened in the future. We have to cancel like many shows in Europe because that fucking sad COVID. But I hope we come to Europe and Latin America again.
Okay. relating to this, what are your memories from your first gig here in Latin America, and the old ways? Because you, as you said, you.
I was so drunk. No, I can't remember everything, anything. I was so fucking drunk. I think it was in Argentina, Buenos Aires.
Okay.
Yeah, and but most where I wanted to play was Belo Horizontal, where picking Sepultura came to see us and say hello to us and everything, and that was the most influence to me, the pleasure to came the place where Sepultura started.
Okay. Well, Jani, the sad times arrive at this interview. I hope you enjoyed this one as I did,
Yeah.
and really,
Yes.
really thank you for your time and
Thank you, man.
congratulations for this grand campaign. I did the review.
Yeah.
I published it yesterday.
Yes. My wife speak perfect Spanish, so she translated to me. Thanks for your kind words.
No, I really love the album, so I will buy
Yeah,
the
thank
CD.
you.
So, bueno,
Yeah.
perhaps do you want to add something to your Latin American fans and Metalerium followers?
Yes, of course. From ejaculation to sperm overdose. So we will come together there. Yeah, we want to come Latin America. So metalheads, metal fans, keep up and never give up the grindcore. We keep it up.
Okay.
And lick it up.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
Thank you very much. One thing before we leave in this interview, Jani,